begin recording.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Andy, thank you for taking the time
No problem.
to come and do this.
Sure.
So, the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do
Mm-hmm.
is to log on and open the SAP software.
Sure thing, yeah.
So,
Do you want me to start from my desktop?
yep, so what you just
Okay.
did was good.
Okay, cool.
So,
Now, are you doing it when everyone's on the Wi-Fi out of curiosity? Because,
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Because I know this takes a lot slower than it does at my desk.
Yeah.
It's fine. It also doesn't really let you know that you've logged on now, unfortunately. Because the delay is so long here that I've logged on to 2 instances sometimes. But it's taking so long, I'm just gonna try to log on again. Maybe I didn't do it right first. Yeah, okay. So I got a connection message, that's all. Alright, cool, so I'm logged on.
thank you.
Yep.
Can you please enter, sorry, can you please open the data entry field?
Yeah, sure.
I have to time everything, so
Yeah,
apologies. I know it's like really
It's all
slow.
good.
Can you please enter in an activity type?
Okay. Manually or by copying and pasting from the work list?
Whatever way you normally would do it.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. So let's say I copy from Powder, so I entered that activity type in. And then I would enter the hours for this week.
Could you please enter in any number of hours?
Sure thing.
Awesome. And can you please release your data?
Okay, can I delete that? Because that's not a real hour.
Yeah, you can also
Okay.
go back and edit your SAP time at any point.
Okay.
So even if you
Gotcha.
release and save in this session, you can go back and
Oh,
edit it
interesting.
and it doesn't
Okay.
hurt anything.
Gotcha, just making sure.
Yeah, no problem.
So I was doing this wrong all along apparently, so.
Awesome. Cool. Now, can you please exit the program?
Sure.
Awesome. So tell me about your experience in using this software.
It's a bit janky. It's
Janky, did you say?
janky, yeah. Like it's not the smoothest user experience. One irritation that I have is that when I first started, I realized that there must be some sort of setting that makes it so that it doesn't recognize comment or it doesn't recognize periods as an acceptable character for number of hours. I had to do for 7.5. I had to do 7,5, which is possibly an international setting, but I just can't figure out. So that's been really annoying. Let's see. It doesn't have very good error handling from what I've seen. Like I'll oftentimes I accidentally put in a period and I hit enter. The screen locks and there's an error message on the bottom, but the error message is never really descriptive. And I usually just have to like retry a couple different things before it works. So that's been a point for me. For daily use and entering, it seems like maybe I don't understand the greater use of SAP. Maybe there's other functions that I can do besides just employee time entry. But it seems to me that it's sort of a pointless thing to have an initial launch, then a logon screen, then a time entry screen. Because for me, the main use I have is just time entry, and that's it basically. So I have to go through 3 different screens basically, or so, to get to what I want. It'd be nice if that was a little smoother, basically. And also, releasing is a nightmare because it's apparently very finicky for how it allows you to release your time. You have to select all of the cells apparently after changing it to release view for it to enable releasing. The lock icon isn't very easy to find, so I had some issues with that at first, with releasing the times. And I actually, I was on Amy Ingram's shit list for a while because I did not select all cells when I was releasing my hours, which still gave the message on the bottom like 9 hours were released. So it's possible that it was giving like positive feedback in an error state or something. Even Amy's not really sure what happened there. But basically, she was getting an error message for what I was doing when the program was telling me I was doing things fine. So that was a bad user interaction. Yeah. Besides that, I like the ability to copy old codes. It makes normal time entry pretty easy once you actually get into the program. I think probably the biggest thing that's a pain is releasing, if I had to choose. So those are my list of gripes. Yeah. Cool.
Thank you so much for taking the time,
Yeah, no problem.
coming in, meeting with me.
It's all good.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.